Hey, this is Dana Bernstein with a Bodycraft practice. Today we're going to be doing a bit of sweet power. So we'll start off with a very powerful practice that'll get you nice and sweaty and then finish off with a bit of sweetness. So all you'll need today is 2 blocks and a hand towel. Grab those and we'll get started. We'll start at the top of the mat. Soften the knees, feet about hip distance apart. Pick up the low belly, drop the tailbone in the direction of the mat. Draw the shoulders up toward the ears and then back and down. Fingers just rest by either side here. Start to stoke the internal fire with Ujjayi breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. So slight constriction in the back of the throat. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, draw the low belly in, fold forward. Inhale, lift up, halfway gaze forward. And then exhale, fold right back in. Inhale, stand all the way up, root to rise. And exhale, draw the palms in toward the heart. Inhale, reach all the way up. And exhale, fold forward over the legs. Inhale, lift up halfway. Fold right back in, exhale. Inhale, stand tall, reach up. Draw the palms in toward the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Good. This time, exhale, step it back into a plank pose. Good. Inhale here. And exhale, lower knees, chest, chin, all the way down to the mat. Taking it nice and slow. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, tuck the toes under, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Plant the palms in on the mat. Allow the heels to drop down in the direction of the mat. Inhale, gaze forward. And exhale, step the feet up. Inhale, lift up halfway. And fold forward, exhale. Go ahead and stand tall. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, draw the palms in toward the heart. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, fold forward over the legs. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, step or hop back into plank. Inhale, roll the heart forward. And exhale, lower knees, chest, and chin all the way down to the mat. Keep the elbows hugged in. Inhale, lift the heart. And exhale, initiate from the hips. Lift up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward. And exhale, step the feet up, top of the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. And fold forward. Stand down into the feet, reach up. Draw the palms in toward the heart. Let's do it one more time, just like that. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, dive forward over the legs. Feel the low belly hug up and in. And then exhale, step it back to plank. Inhale, stay in plank. This time, exhale, lower halfway or all the way down. Flip the toes over. Inhale, lift the heart. And exhale, downward facing dog. Chaturanga, if that low plank ever doesn't feel right, feel free to come all the way down to the belly or just stay in plank. Keep the knees soft. Lift the kneecaps up toward the quads. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step it up, top of the mat. Inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Inhale, reach all the way up. Draw the palms in toward the heart. Let's do B. Draw the big toes in to touch, just a thumbprint of distance in between the heels. Inhale, reach the arms up, sit the hips back, chair pose. We're going to stay here for a couple breaths, stoking the fire. So draw the shoulder blades apart, feel them reach forward and up. Good. So from chair pose. Good. Inhale, straighten the legs, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back. Maybe lower down to the knees for knee plank. Good. Breathe in here. Exhale, lower it halfway or all the way. Inhale, peel the heart up. Good. Exhale, lift up and back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts up. Draw it forward in between the palms. Left heel comes down to the mat. Draw the left hip forward. Square the hips to the front of the mat. Warrior one. Good. Here we are. So keep cinching right hip back. Left hip pulls forward. So feel the stretch in the inner left hip. Good. Breathe in. Exhale, lower the palms down to the mat. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, you choose the amount. Lower it down. Inhale, lift the heart. And exhale. Inhale, lift left leg up. Draw the foot forward in between the palms. Lower the right heel down to the mat. Inhale, reach all the way up. Warrior one. Same thing here. Draw the right hip forward. Gaze out in front of you. Inhale. And then exhale, lower the palms down to the mat. Step it back. Here we are again. Breathe in. Good. Exhale. Lower it down. Inhale, peel the heart up. And exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Gaze forward. Exhale, step the feet up, top of the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Good. Fold forward. Exhale. Big toes come in to touch. Inhale. Lift up, chair pose. Good. Stay here. Gaze right out in front of you. Tailbone is back and down behind you. So sit back into your imaginary chair. Pick the pelvic floor up. And then you'll feel the bottoms of the feet, so the arches of the feet pick up off the mat as well. Breathe in. Good. Exhale, go right back in. Inhale, lift up halfway. Good. Step it back and lower it down. Good. Inhale, lift the heart. And exhale, down dog. Right leg lifts up. Breathe in. Pull it forward. Breathe out. Left heel down to the mat. Inhale. Root to rise. Warrior one. Exhale, bring it all the way down. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg, reach it up. Draw it forward in between the palms. Right heel down to the mat. Inhale, reach up. Good. Exhale. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale. And exhale, down dog. Breathe here. Breathe in, gaze forward. Breathe out, step or hop up. Inhale, lift up and fold in. Inhale, reach up, sit back, chair pose. Good, draw the palms to the heart, straighten the legs, exhale. Find the beat of your heart here. Keep stoking the fire with the breath. So Ujjayi breath, slight constriction to the back of the throat, breathing in and out through the nose. Low belly picks up and in. That same action with the pelvic floor. So pelvic floor lifts up. Same thing with the arches of the feet. Keep the knees soft. Good. Good. Hands to the hips. Feet come to hip distance apart. So I'll turn this way. Peace fingers to big toes. So what you'll do is you'll soften the knees a lot. Wrap the peace fingers around. So the first two fingers and then the thumb around those fingers. Inhale, lift up halfway, straighten the elbows. And then exhale, lower the head. Drop the elbows out to either side. Knees stay as soft as you need them to be. Drop the crown of the head. Breathe into the backs of the legs, the back body. Inhale, lift up halfway. Next option, either stay here or consider placing the fingers or the whole palms underneath the feet. Again, soften the knees any amount. Inhale, lift the heart. Good. Exhale, straighten the legs. Keep the belly connected to the tops of the thighs. Release the palms. Bring the hands up toward the hips. Inhale, stand tall. Good. Exhale, quarter turn to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift up. Fold forward as you exhale. Inhale, lift up halfway. Good. Step or hop back. Lower it down. You choose the way. Inhale, lift the heart. And then exhale, take it into downward facing dog. Step the left foot about center of the mat. Inhale, lift the right leg up, bend the knee, open up the hip. Maybe you take a couple circles here, so clockwise and counterclockwise with the knee. Then inhale, straighten the leg out. Good. Exhale, draw it over toward the left elbow. Good. Inhale, take it all the way back, peel the hip open. And exhale, cross it over. Inhale, lift it up, peel it open. And exhale, cross it over. Inhale, lift it up, stay here. Or flip your dog. So step the right foot over off the left side of the mat. Turn the toes to the back of the mat. Reach the right hand forward. Good. Keep the hips lifted. Inhale, reach forward with the hand. Exhale, flip it back over. Reach the right leg up. Straighten out the leg. Inhale, take it in toward the nose. Step the foot down. This time, raise up high crescent lunge. So here, stay high on the ball of your left foot. Good. Bend into your right knee. Straighten out the left leg. Maybe take the hands toward the hips. Turn the pelvis into a neutral place and then reach the arms back up. Deep and steady gaze right out ahead of you. Good. Left palm comes down to the mat. Twist open toward the right. So right shoulder draws down the back. Keep the right knee pointed forward. You could choose to stay here or amp up your practice. Once again, come to the blade edge side of the left foot. Right foot slides back for side plank. Good. 2 more breaths. Gaze up. And exhale, palm down to the mat, lower down. Inhale, lift the heart. And exhale, down dog. Breathe here, stay here. Step the right foot about middle of the mat. Inhale, lift the left leg up, bend the knee. Peel the heel toward the right glute. Take a couple circles if you like it. Good. Inhale, peel the hip open. Exhale, draw the knee in toward right elbow. Whew. Inhale all the way back. And exhale. Inhale. One more time, exhale. Inhale, lift it up. Carefully flip your dog. Toes down to the mat. Spread them out behind you. Lift the left hand forward. Soft right elbow. Good. Lift the hips a bit more. And then unflip. Whew. Left leg. Stretch it back behind you. Inhale. Draw it forward. Exhale. High crescent lunge. Whew. Inhale. Reach all the way up. Steady your lunge. Steady your gaze. Deep bend in the left knee. Nice neutral pelvis. You feeling warm yet? Right hand down to the mat. Peel the left shoulder down the back. Broaden across the chest. Left knee stays forward. Soften the right elbow. Stay here or come over into side plank. Good. Gaze up. 2 breaths. That one didn't work out too well. All right. Child's pose. While you're in child's pose, find what stokes your fire. Could be the mental struggles you're facing, something physical. Find what motivates you to come back to your mat. It's not just this fire, tapas, the heat that we seek in this practice. But tapas is the fire well spent. You can serve the heat for what's important. Stay in the heat, stay in the work. Come back up, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts up. Draw it forward in between the palms. Root to rise. High crescent lunge. Breathe all the way in. Exhale, lower the left palm down to the mat. Start to spin the heels over toward the right. This time, drop left hip down to the mat for a breath. Good. Reach the right hand back toward left foot. Yeah, outer hip stretch for the right. Good. Palm comes back down to the mat. Straighten into the left arm without locking out the elbow. Come into side plank. Good, stay here, stoke the fire. Step forward with the left, back up to high crescent. Then exhale, open up warrior two. Nice job. Here we are, both feet down on the mat. Energetically draw the heels back toward one another. Good, reach the right arm forward and left arm forward. Strengthen that side angle, breathe in. Good, palms come down to the mat, vinyasa. Left leg reaches up, inhale. Draw it forward, exhale, high crescent lunge, you know the way. Right hand peels down to the mat. Spin the left foot out toward the left, drop the right hip down. Good, big stretch in the left hip. Return to where you were. Straighten through the right arm without locking out the elbow. Then left foot back on top of right for side plank. Good, breathe in. And then exhale, come up, high crescent lunge, breathe all the way up. And then exhale, open up warrior two. Flip the left palm, reach forward, reach by the right ear. Good, strong side angle. Spin the gaze down to the mat. Breathe in, step it back. Breathe out, vinyasa. Stay in your down dog. Last little bit of fire before we head back for the sweetness. Take a breather. Take what you need. Inhale, gaze forward. And then exhale, step or hop up top of the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Good. Fold forward, exhale. Stand down and the feet reach all the way up. Palms to the heart, exhale. Okay, bring the blocks out in front of you. We're going to be using the blocks today to support us. So you've got the blocks right here, so use them as support. Right foot plants down on the mat, left heel lifts back. So supported warrior three to begin with. Draw the low belly up and in. Yeah, so you're resisting this dumping of the weight into the right quad. Yeah, so resist with the belly. Yeah, and then maybe come up to spider fingers. Yeah, so just the pads of the fingertips on the blocks. This feels super steady, maybe drawing the palms to the heart for warrior three. Good, right hand comes down to the block. Start to spin the left hip on top of the right. Soften the right knee again. Reach the left hand up. Half moon pose. It's a bit more challenging with the block, so try to take some weight off the block and hold it with the body. Breathe all the way in. Your outer right hip should be burning. Good. Left palm back down to the mat. Re-square the hips. Bend at the knee. Start to tick-tock the torso all the way up. Extend the arms. Left foot extends for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I may have sped up that count. Sorry. Let's go for the other side, yeah? Bring the left foot toward the middle. Soften it. Right foot reaches back. Good, draw low belly up off the top of the quad. Maybe spider the fingers. Draw the palms in toward the heart. Good, warrior 3, turn the toes down toward the mat. Transition into half moon, left palm down to the mat. Spin the right hip on top of left. Soften the left knee, open up. Good, keep it steady, outer left hip burning. Re-square. Right knee draws in toward the chest. Tick-tock the torso, up, reach up. Extend the right foot forward for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift it up, take it down. We're through it. All right, slide the blocks off the mat. Stand back into the feet, inhale, reach up. Fold forward, exhale. Lift up halfway, inhale. Step or hop back. Lower it all the way down to the belly. Good, come into Sphinx pose. So elbows underneath the shoulders, draw the heart forward. Just rest here for a moment. So if we're back bending today, we'll leave it as a part of the sweetness. So cross the right arm over toward the left. Bend the left knee, draw the heel in toward the glute. Grab the top of the foot. Press down gently to stretch out the quad. Keep pressing right elbow into the mat. Release the top of this foot and we'll switch sides. So left elbow down, left arm crosses over toward the right. Bend the right knee, grab the top of the foot. Gentle press toward the glutes. Release the top of the foot. Palms underneath the shoulders. Press it back into child's pose. Make contact with the mat at the forehead. Gently round the lower spine. Walk the hands back toward the knees. And we'll take a version of pigeon pose today. So I like deer pose. And what you'll do is you'll draw the right foot, set it over by the left. Right shin bone comes down to the mat. So the knee could be pointed forward, the knee could be over toward the right. It really doesn't matter. What you'll do is you'll place the right hip on the mat. Hips could be open toward the left side of your mat, or you could start to close them a bit. You could even draw this left knee up, so you're kind of starting to face forward toward the top of the mat without so much stress in the outer right hip. As you're ready, fold forward. Allow this pose to evolve breath by breath. You can always choose to move or change this shape. So as your hips start to feel open, maybe you wiggle the left foot back behind you, square the hips further forward toward the top of the mat. The forehead could come down to the mat, or maybe it's just a block. Now 2 more breaths. Press down into the hands, start to lift up. Right leg, sweep it back behind you. So from table or downward facing dog, your choice. Left foot, step it up toward the right. Lie the shin bone down, and then come to the outer left hip. Again, the hips are open toward the right to begin with. Maybe you sneak the shin bone up a bit closer to the right side of the mat. You choose what works for your body. So start to fold forward any amount. This pose changes with each breath. Allow yourself to move and change it as you need. Two more breaths. Come forward. Draw the right foot toward the top of the mat. Soles of the feet together. Knees fall out wide for Baddha Konasana. So allow the pinky toe edge side of the feet to ground into one another. Open the feet up. And then allow yourself to fold forward any amount. So it doesn't have to be a ton as long as you start to feel a stretch in the inner hip. Inhale, lift all the way up. And exhale. Start to turn the hips out to the side of the mat, so big wide straddle. And you've got options here, so I'm going to grab my blocks. I like to start out at a higher height with the forearms down to blocks. So you'll draw the toes and the kneecaps up toward the sky and then just breathe into this shape. Maybe if this feels okay, you start to lower it down to the lowest level of the block. See if you could fold in any more. Just take it to a place where you're not forcing this shape. And if this feels okay, maybe you take it a bit lower or not. About 5 more breaths here. Next breath, we'll carry the torso back up. Start to bring the feet up toward the top of the mat and then come all the way down to the back. Just the last few poses before we head for Shavasana. Take the right leg over the left and then drop this set of legs over toward the left. Gaze comes over toward the right. Inhale, legs back up towards center. Uncross them, and then left leg over right. Drop this set of legs over toward the right. Uncross this leg. Bring it back towards center. For our inversion today, let's allow it to be super sweet. So grab one of your blocks. And then you'll lift the hips up as though you're going into bridge pose. Take the block right underneath the pelvis. So it's not in the lower back. It's just right behind the bones, the pelvis. And then lift the feet up. Stay here for 10 breaths. Start to draw the legs back in toward you and then feet back down on the mat. Slide the block out from underneath you, set it off the one side. Last inner hip stretch. Take the feet for happy baby pose. Draw the soles of the feet down toward the mat. And then stretch the legs out for Shavasana. Take you out of Shavasana when it's time. Start to reawaken the body. Wiggling fingers and toes. Roll over to one side. Pause here for a moment. And press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you.